naturally, an event of this scale doesn't happen without a particular set of expertise, and AOFAS was fortunate to have found that in our 2023 program chair, Dr. Ken Hunt. Dr. Ken, thank you for joining us. Can you share your excitement for the return of the annual meeting?
Yeah, thank you, Reese. It's great to be here and great to chat with you. I'm just excited to be in Louisville. I think this is a fantastic meeting. I've already had an opportunity to connect with colleagues. We have a fantastic program, both academically and socially. So it's a really good city. I think it's an under-recognized good city. So there's a lot to do, both inside and outside of the convention center. So very excited.
I have to ask if you're a bourbon drinker, obviously.
I am absolutely a bourbon drinker, yeah. So this is a little bit like Disneyland for those of us who enjoy Kentucky bourbon. So.
Before we get into a little more of the serious part of the interview, I have to ask, how do you pronounce the city we're in?
Louisville. Yeah, right. But that's because I've been taught. I think like when I was raised, it was Louisville, but Louisville. They tell me that's the right way to say it.
We're going to check in with some attendees a little later and find out how they are pronouncing it as well. But let's get back to the good stuff. This annual meeting, did it come around really quickly for you? Has this been this past year of planning? Did it kind of fly by and we're finally here? Or how's that been feeling?
Yeah, it really did. There's a lot of steps to putting it together. Unfortunately, we have an incredibly collaborative group, so it was not difficult to find speakers who are interested and willing. And we got a lot of papers that were submitted to present, so it wasn't challenging, but there are a lot of moving parts, and over the course of the last year in planning it, it went really fast. It was surprising to see it sneak up on us, but I'm just excited it's here, and I'm excited to spend this week with our colleagues.
Absolutely. And what are you most particularly excited about, or maybe you don't want to highlight just one thing, but you can give us maybe share some of the things you're specifically excited about that you hope people will partake in.
Well, let's see, Reese, how much time do you have here? There's too much to just highlight anything in particular, but I will say we're excited to have the Korean Foot and Ankle Society as our guest nation, and they're participating in this East meets West symposia. So one is on repairing lateral ligaments, and the other is on minimally invasive techniques. So we have our colleagues from Europe and our colleagues from Korea, and of course our colleagues from AOFAS who are presenting on various techniques. So I think that'll be very interesting. We have a wonderful symposium on Charcot-Marie tooth disorder, which is something we all treat, and we have a guest expert that's going to talk to us about that condition. And so it's just a lot to look forward to.
A lot to hope the attendees take away and walk away with. What is the one thing that you hope everyone is walking out of here with this week?
Well, I think there's not one thing. I would like for everyone to walk away with some increased knowledge about treating patients and about different approaches to conditions and different surgical treatments. I hope that people have a great social experience and interacting with colleagues and enjoying this town and the events that we have scheduled. And I hope people leave wanting to come back to the AOFAS meeting next year.
I think it's safe to say that that'll be the case this year based off of what I've seen, what I've heard from your attendees. Dr. Hunt, thank you for joining us. For those of you at home, thank you for watching the AOFAS annual meeting hybrid experience sponsored by Extremity Medical. We'll leave you now with a look at the exhibit hall welcome reception.